Imagine looking up at the moon and realizing it's no longer where it belongs. It's larger, brighter, closer. A pale giant drifting toward Earth with the slow, unstoppable certainty of fate. The tides roar, the ground shudders, and humanity stands frozen beneath a disaster older than myth. This is what would happen if the moon hit Earth. It doesn't begin with impact. It begins with a shift, a small, almost invisible disturbance in the moon's orbit. Scientists don't know why. Maybe a passing asteroid nudged it. Maybe gravitational forces aligned in the worst possible way. Or maybe the solar system simply reminded us that nothing stays stable forever. The moon begins to fall inward, only a few kilometers per day, too slow for panic, but fast enough to change everything. At first, the oceans respond. High tides climb higher than anyone has recorded. Coastal cities flood twice a day. The world thinks it's temporary, a strange anomaly. Government agencies reassure the public that they are monitoring the situation. But the moon continues its descent. Its gravity strengthens, storms intensify, hurricanes grow monstrous, feeding off the violent new tides. Low-lying countries begin evacuations, ports shut down, insurance companies collapse. And yet the moon keeps coming. At just a fraction closer, it already dominates the sky. Nights turn silver bright, shadows distort, wildlife becomes confused. Migratory patterns collapse. Even human sleep cycles shift under this overwhelming light. Then, the land begins to break. Earthquakes ripple across continents. Tectonic plates grind under the strain. Volcanoes awaken around the Pacific Ring of Fire. Ash rises, dimming the sun. The air cools under the growing shroud of dust. Humanity enters a strange twilight. But none of this compares to what happens next. To understand the final phase, we look back 4.5 billion years. Back to the age of chaos. Back to the impact that created the moon itself, when a young Earth was struck by a planet-sized object named Theia. The leftover debris circled Earth and became our moon. Now, in a devastating mirror image of history, the moon returns. As it approaches the Roche limit, the point where Earth's gravity becomes strong enough to tear it apart, its surface begins to fracture. Cracks roll across lunar craters, mountains crumble, plumes of dust rise thousands of meters high. Chunks of the moon break away and fall. They blaze through the atmosphere like miniature suns, each one striking with unimaginable force. Entire regions flatten under shock waves. Forests ignite. Cities vanish in an instant. The sky fills with smoke and burning rock. Yet the moon continues to descend. The final moments are catastrophic beyond description. The moon reaches the inner Roche limit, and Earth's gravity rips it apart entirely. The moon shatters into colossal fragments, mountains of stone, continents of dust, oceans of molten lunar rock. For a brief moment, Earth is surrounded by a glowing ring, like Saturn reborn in fire. But it does not last. Gravity pulls the fragments downward. They fall in waves. Each impact releases more energy than every nuclear weapon on Earth combined. Oceans boil into steam. The crust melts. Shockwaves race around the globe until the atmosphere itself becomes a furnace. Rock vapor rises into the sky. The planet glows red, then white, then molten. Human civilization is gone long before the final fragment hits. When the bombardment ends, Earth is unrecognizable. Its surface is a vast ocean of lava. The atmosphere is filled with vaporized stone. The oceans have evaporated. The continents have melted. Only a newborn molten world remains, an echo of the early Earth. But the story does not end there. Slowly, over millions of years, the molten surface cools. Water condenses. Rain falls for centuries. New oceans form. The atmosphere stabilizes. And the shattered debris orbiting Earth begins to merge. A new moon forms. The Earth is reborn. But humanity is not. Could we stop it? Almost certainly not. The moon's mass is too immense, its orbit too powerful. We do not have the technology to move celestial bodies on this scale. Once the moon begins falling inward, the outcome is inevitable. This scenario reminds us of something profound. We live in a universe balanced on forces we barely understand. The moon is not just beautiful, it stabilizes our tilt, controls our tides, shapes our seasons. Without the moon, life on Earth might never have existed. The same moon that nurtures life could one day destroy it. When you look up at it, remember how fragile this balance truly is. The solar system is a dance of giants, held together by gravity, momentum, and luck. A single shift can rewrite the history of a world. If the moon ever fell, it would reset Earth to the beginning, a clean slate carved through fire. And it raises a final haunting question. If even the moon, Earth's oldest companion, could one day fall, what else in our universe is waiting to descend upon us? What if the next what if is already on its way?